All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Good morning, everyone. My name is Drew Embury, and welcome to our Knowledge Education Series event, an introduction to Microsoft Office 2013. We found there's a lot happening in the technology industry today, and that can be very overwhelming to business people. So we hope these sessions can bring some clarity to some of the different technology buzzwords that are being used in the industry today. My name is Drew Embury, and I'm a partner here at P&L Technology. My role is to set the technical direction for our company and clients and help you get the most out of your technology investment. So I'm really excited for this topic today. We have strong attendance numbers, which I think really speaks to the popularity and relevance of this topic. So here's an overview of how this will work. This is a listen-only event, and it will be recorded. We know everybody is busy, so we've committed to a 30-minute maximum time for this event. We will divide that 30 minutes up into about 20 minutes for presentation and about 10 minutes for questions and answers at the end. If you do have questions, please use the chat function to send them in, and we will save time at the end to address as many as we can. Following the session, we will introduce some future topics we hope you will be interested in learning more about. You will be receiving an email as well at the end of this session that will contain a short survey that we hope you will take the time to fill out, as it will assist us in making future sessions more informative. This webinar is created for a broad audience with both novice and intermediate users of Microsoft Office in mind. So we'll hope you will find this session valuable and helpful for your business. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do now is switch to screen sharing mode. And you should now be seeing my desktop, which includes the new version of Microsoft Outlook. So Microsoft Office is the de facto office suite and dominates for both small and large businesses alike. Because business people spend so much time working in Microsoft Word, Microsoft Outlook email, and Microsoft Excel spreadsheets, even minor changes that can enhance productivity are pretty interesting to both business decision makers and the end users of this Office suite. So what are we going to cover today? Well, we can't show you every single change that Microsoft has made to the Office suite in version 2013 in 20 minutes. So we're going to focus on our favorite 3 to 4 enhancements in both Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft Word, and Microsoft Excel. So I've switched to full screen mode. If you can't see my entire screen, you may want to click the full screen button in your Ready Talk window. If not, we'll go ahead and get started. So talk just a little bit about the general changes Microsoft made to Office 2013. What I found is there's just basically a lot of little changes that do add up to increased productivity. The first thing you'll notice when using the new suite is the improved look and feel. It's got kind of a minimalist or flat theme to it, which you can see by looking at the icons and the screen that you're seeing right now. And I found after using it that the user interface really has a high degree of polish. One of the other nice changes they made to Office 2013 is for the first time now we have the ability to run the Office 2013 suite alongside previous versions. And the way this is very helpful is sometimes we have customers that have integration between the Office suite and certain applications in their office. So for example, some of our accountants have integration between Word and their accounting applications, or some of our legal clients have integration between Microsoft Word and their legal applications that can quickly prepare legal documents and merge those into Word. Or Microsoft Excel interfacing with QuickBooks to do custom reportings and things. And oftentimes these third-party software vendors don't have immediately have compatibility with the latest version. So with the ability to run side by side, we've been able to offer the ability to integrate Office 2013 and keep the old suite there for application compatibility. What we're going to be looking at today is the complete finished version of the product, and it's going to be available starting in either late January or early February. So it's not available today, so you're really getting a behind-the-scenes sneak peek at some upcoming software. One other really nice change that Microsoft included in Outlook 2013 is for the first time they've included as part of the suite a viewer for the Visio diagramming tool. In the past, you had to purchase the full version of Visio to be able to view anybody who's created a Visio flow chart or a Visio organizational chart or anything like that. And with the Visio viewer now included, that's been a real welcome enhancement. So let's dive in right away now and start looking at the changes. Whenever I start looking at a new Microsoft Office version after it's released, I always start with Microsoft Outlook because that's where I spend a majority of my day, reading and responding to emails. So I was delighted to find there were plenty of enhancements in Microsoft Office 2013. So the first thing we're going to kind of cover is some speeded increases in the way emails handled, responded to, and deleted. So the first thing I noticed, which I've really come to enjoy, is what Microsoft is calling inline reply. And this feature was introduced to reduce window clutter. So for example, here I'm in an inbox, and here I see a message from Steven. And he's my captain of my basketball league that I play in, and he needs help keeping score. So if I want to reply to this, I can click the reply button here. And rather than opening up a new window as it did in the past, it opens up the reply right there. So I can start typing my reply. Steve, I can help tomorrow. Now say, for example, I get interrupted. I have another email that comes in or anything like that. You'll notice there it's right here on the email where I started to click reply, it included the word draft. So now I can go on to another email. So here's an email I got from Greg via LinkedIn. I can read that. Maybe I start a reply to this as well. So you'll notice there it starts a draft as well. I can then go back to Steve's email, finish my reply here, and it allows me to hop around between emails that I'm working on, maybe long emails or responses I'm composing to clients or other people, without having that window sprawl that you got under previous versions of Microsoft Office. They've also added the ability to delete emails right from the list view. So I can see here this is a spam message or just a newsletter that I really have no interest in reading. I can simply click the delete here and delete that right from the view. Maybe I get back to Steve's message, and maybe since I started composing my draft, he's called me and we've already set that up. I can simply go right up here to discard. I can discard my draft. You'll notice the draft goes away, and I no longer need to worry about it, and it's out of my workflow. I've really found this feature to be extremely useful. It doesn't look like much, but when you start using it, it's one of those things where you don't know how you lived without it in the past. Another really great feature Microsoft has added is what's called Quick View capabilities. And this is capable in the calendar, the contacts, and the tasks area. And it can be done right from an email without leaving that email. So say, for example, here with Greg, I started composing this draft. I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to say, yes, Greg, let's meet. And I need to find a time I can meet. In the past, I'd have to completely leave this email, go into my calendar, find a time, come back, and kind of lose some things in translation there. So with the Quick View capabilities, all I need to do is take my mouse right from this email, hover over my calendar, and there you see my calendar pop up for today. So you can see if I go to the 12th, maybe that's the day I want to look for, I can see I've got a meeting at 8:15 and I've got a meeting at 11:30, but I'm really free the rest of the day. Maybe I won't go to the 13th. I can see my schedule throughout the day, and it looks like I'd be perfectly available at 10 a.m. So I can go right back to my email here, type in the time I want to meet, and I've got it all set up. So here's another example. I'm going to go to my email here, and I see an email I got from OpenTable, and it's talking about New Year's Eve plans. That just reminds me I have not made plans for New Year's Eve yet, and my wife might be upset if I don't plan something. So what I can do right from here is go to my tasks. Again, it pops up a quick view. I'll go to tasks, and I'll put New Year's Eve plans. Ooh, I'm not a very good speller. So it's automatically created a New Year's Eve plan task for me, which you see down there at the bottom. And I go back to my email here. I'm going to go ahead and delete this email from OpenTable, and I've just created a task and a reminder of myself to make those New Year's Eve plans. Another really nice enhancement Microsoft has added, it was in previous versions, but they've enhanced it further in Office 2013, is what we call folder or email policies. So say, for example, I got this email from Andy, and this is something I need to worry about for the next 15 to 30 days, but after that, I know I won't need it anymore. What I can do is go up here to Assign Policy, click this, and choose a retention policy. I've got a couple set up already. I'm going to choose 1 month delete, and you'll notice there that this item is going to expire now in 26 days, and it's going to automatically delete itself on 1/6/2013. So that's great for keeping communication around that you know you might need to refer to in the next couple of weeks, maybe directions to the holiday party or something along those lines, and you're not going to need it after that. Rather than having to go back and clean out your inbox and delete those old things, you can apply policies like that to make sure that information is automatically deleted for you and it gets out of your view. So now that we've looked a little bit at speeding email handling responses and deletions, let's look a little bit at calendar. So I'm going to switch over to my calendar here, and there you see my calendar. One of the first things you'll notice, and it's kind of a minor change, but Microsoft has added the weather bar here to the calendar. There's other programs that do that. A lot of our customers have programs such as WeatherBug that shows them the weather, but rather than running a separate program, now it's integrated right into my calendar, and I can instantly see if I'm going to need a jacket today or what the weather is doing outside at any particular time. Another nice feature that has been added is I do a lot of meetings as part of my company. So here, for example, on Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m., I've got a management meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that meeting, and then you see I've got some various people from our organization that's included in that meeting. A lot of times I need to send out an agenda or other information that I need them to read ahead of time. And rather than putting an email and having to copy all their names in, Microsoft added this Contact Attendees feature that's new in Office 2013. So by simply clicking that feature, it opens up a new email with all those people in there. It automatically puts the title of the meeting, and then I can drag in any information or any documents or anything I need those people to read to be prepared for that meeting. Something else around calendaring that I found very helpful is the ability to share my calendar. So everybody in my organization has my calendar shared and can see what's going on with me and can schedule meetings with me. But what about people outside my organization? A lot of times maybe I'm trying to meet with a prospect, and everybody's very busy people nowadays, and it's hard sometimes to try to find a time to meet. So one of the things that's really, really neat is I can go here to View, actually to Home, and I can choose this Email Calendar feature. So I'm going to go ahead and email my calendar. I'm going to email the next 7 days, and I'm going to email just my availability only. So I'm not going to allow my prospects to see what I'm doing, just when I'm free and when I'm not. I'm also going to show time within working hours only, and I'm going to click OK. So you'll notice it's automatically created an email that I can then send to my prospect, and it's got kind of a date chooser here, and it shows when I'm free and when I'm busy. So they can choose, maybe they want to meet with me on the 13th, and there they can see that I'm free from 8:25 to 4 p.m. That might be a great time to meet. They can reply back to me that, yes, let's meet on the 13th at 10 a.m., and I'll know that I'm available, so it can really cut down on the amount of back and forth that's going on. So the email calendar feature is great for getting a hold of or setting appointments with people outside your organizations. But I also have some vendors I work with on a very regular basis that we co-sell to various customers on, where they have to schedule time with me very regularly. There's also a great feature for that. And what you can do is go here to Publish Online and publish your calendar online. Now I've already done this, so I'm just going to go to Configure this Publish Calendar, and it'll pull up an interface. And then I can choose to publish. I'm still going to publish just my availability only, so I don't want everybody outside the organization to see what I'm doing, just when I'm free and when I'm not. And then I can restrict it, or I can put how far I publish my calendar. It will then give you a URL right here, which can be put into any web browser, emailed to the people you want to have access to your calendar. And if they go to that link, they see this right here. So they can see my calendar through a web browser without having to have any access into my computer systems, and see when I'm away and when I'm busy and when I'm possible to go out on a sales appointment with them. All right, so now that we've looked at email and calendar improvements, let's move on to Microsoft Word. So one of the big requests we get is from business customers that have a PDF. Maybe it's a form that they got, maybe it's an IRS form, or maybe it's a PDF they have in their business that they want to make a change to, but nobody can really seem to find the original document, or it wasn't their form to begin with, so it's very difficult to make a change. The full version of Adobe Acrobat has always been able to do this, but it wasn't very user-friendly. It was pretty difficult to do, and it was a $200 piece of software. So Microsoft has built a function into the new version of Microsoft Word called PDF Reflow. And I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that feature for you today. So here you see I have an Adobe Acrobat file. This is an investment newsletter that I read, and you can see there's some charts in it, there's some graphs, and of course you can see, I can't edit it. I'm trying to type right now and I can't because it's a PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. What I can do is simply right-click on that file, do Open With. I'm going to choose Microsoft Word here. And it's going to pop up a warning. It says it's now going to convert my PDF into an editable Word document. I'm going to click OK. And after a moment, you'll notice that PDF has now been included or imported into my Microsoft Word document. There's my charts. There's my graphs. And now I can edit it. So I can edit it, I can save it as a Word document, or then I can resave it as a PDF if I want to. So really, really fantastic feature for those people that need to do that. Kind of on the same lines as if people spend a lot of time reading large technical documents or product information or thing in Word, it can get kind of difficult to read in Word. So Microsoft has actually enhanced another feature that has been available called Read Mode. And by simply clicking the little book down here to go into Read Mode, it kind of gets rid of all the toolbars and it opens it up just like you would see it on a Kindle or an iPad or something like that. And if you do have a tablet or a touch-driven laptop, you can flip pages just like you would on one of those devices as well. So I can now read the documents very, very easily by just going forward and backwards. Another real enhancement that Microsoft has added is the ability to find and insert graphics and images into Word documents. So if you put together a lot of flyers or a lot of reports or things like that, you probably had challenges with that in the past. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here to Insert, and you see the picture function, and there's also now an Online Pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and click that button. And basically right from the interface here, you can search for royalty-free clip art, or you can do image searches. So say, for example, I want to insert a picture of an apple. I can click there. It'll go out to Bing, and it'll pull up all kinds of pictures of apples. And it's going to pull just images that are licensed under what's called the Creative Commons, which means you have the ability to use them in a royalty-free way in business. So I'll go ahead and just choose a picture of an apple here I want to insert, and click Insert. And now I've got the apple in my document. I can kind of put it where I want. I can resize it, and I can easily choose right here how I want that text to wrap around the apple. If you've ever tried to do this in previous versions of Word, it was not easy, and that probably would have taken me 10 minutes at least to do. So it's really a nice enhancement there. So now that we've looked at our few favorite enhancements in Microsoft Word, let's go ahead and move into Microsoft Excel. And I've got a couple of Excel files here. One of my favorite features, and I actually just used this for a real use yesterday, is a program they've called Flash Fill. So say, for example, we've got a spreadsheet, we've got a bunch of data in it, and we've got first names and last names here. So I've got some first names and last names here. And I need to extract the first name and the last name into different columns. What I can do is just start typing. And then you'll notice Word says, oh, look what you're trying to do. You're trying to just pull out the first name. I just hit Tab, and it's automatically pulled all those first names out for me. In the past, I would have had to write a formula to do that, and I probably would have had to spend 5 or 10 minutes researching online how to do it, writing a formula, debugging it, and that's simply a little above what a lot of people know how to do, or a lot of users know how to do. Say, for example, now I want last name. I'll go ahead and start typing last names, and there it instantly sees what I'm trying to do. It flash fills the cells down. I hit Tab, and I'm done. Anybody who works in Excel, I think, will really benefit from using this feature. Another big enhancement Microsoft's made is in data visualization in Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to go ahead and open up another file here, and I've just got some sample data here of different industries and maybe the different amount of customers you have in each industry. So what we're going to do is we're just going to highlight this data, and then we'll notice this little analytics button pops up, quick analysis. I'm going to go ahead and click that, and it presents me with a lot of different ways I can visually analyze that data. And even better than that, it allows me to preview that data. So for example, I'll just go ahead and highlight here over data bars. Basically what that does is kind of an in-cell analysis. I can mouse over color scale, and so I can do kind of a red, yellow, green, of which the highest numbers are. I can do icons, bigger than, less than, sideways. So I'm going to go ahead and choose data bars here for my analysis. And now I've got that data in there as and then you'll see if I change that, it automatically updates that right in the cell there. So it's great for putting reports together or dashboards or other financial information. It also works for charting. So again, I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to click the Quick Analysis button, and I'm going to go over here to the Charts button. So now it opens up some recommended charts it has for me, and I can preview those simply by hovering over there. In the past, I would have had to select that and kind of go through the complete chart wizard, only to find out it's not what I want, delete it, come back. This is a much, much faster way to find the best chart for what you're trying to do. I could make a clustered column chart. I could do a pie chart. And if I don't like any of those, I could go hit the More Charts button here and really go through every single chart that's possibly available, again, previewing it down below until I find the one I want. So I like the pie chart, so we'll go ahead and do that. And now I've got a nice pie chart right in my Excel document with the legend already filled out and everything ready to go. Okay, well, those were the changes we wanted to show you in Microsoft Excel, and we're kind of coming to the end of our presentation time here. So at this point, let's see if we can answer any questions that have been chatted in. And let's see, we've got a couple here. The first one is, what are my options to upgrade to this new technology? Okay, well, yeah, there's several options. Kind of one of the easiest is to basically order Office 2013 pre-installed with a new PC. So as you do bring in new PCs to your organization, either you're bringing them in one fell swoop, or maybe you're on a rotation where you replace 30 of your PCs every year or so. So the pros to that, to buying it with a new PC, is it's a very easy upgrade path. The software comes pre-installed on the new system, and it's also the least expensive way to license the product because Microsoft gives a discount for purchasing the software with a new PC. One of the cons or the downsides to this is it does offer, it's kind of a mixed environment. Some of your staff will have the old software, some of them will have the new software, and sometimes people get a little jealous of their coworkers. They don't always have the latest thing. Another way to purchase that is you can purchase what's called a volume license upgrade and then really upgrade the entire Office at once. The pricing isn't finalized for that, but we expect it to be fairly similar to previous versions of Microsoft Office. And obviously the benefit of that is everybody's always on the same version, which can cut down on any compatibility or any issues along those lines. A couple other questions we got here. It's if we have Microsoft Office 365, will we get this Outlook 2013? So Microsoft Office 365 will be completely compatible with Outlook 2013, but you won't automatically get it. So Microsoft with Office 365 does not include a license to Microsoft Office or Microsoft Outlook, and you have to run whatever you've purchased as far as your organization. goes for that. Another question we got chatted in here, are the file formats compatible with the previous version? That's an excellent question, and the answer is yes. Really, you shouldn't notice any compatibility issues as long as you're on version 2007 or 2010. If you're still on Office 2003, I'm sure you've already seen some file format issues with the new file formats that were introduced in Microsoft Office 2007. So if you are on Office 2003 still, it really is time to upgrade, and I would make plans to do that in 2013, and I would go right to the version 2013 system. Another question that got chatted in is, can you talk about the email voting feature for Outlook? That probably is a little outside of the scope of what I can cover in the time we have today, but what I'd be happy to do is put together a little blurb on that and email it out to the group. So let me just make a quick note of that. All right, one other question we got. I'm a staff member and I don't get to make the decision on whether we upgrade or when we upgrade. Well, that makes sense. What's the number one thing I should take to the owner of this company to make the case for upgrade? For me, it's always about email. So if you're a really heavy email user, the number one thing for me would be the enhancements in email handling. Some of the features only save 5 to 10 seconds per email or so, but if you're like me, you're dealing with at least 100 emails a day. That can add up over time and be significant. So that's probably the number one feature that I found useful as I personally switched to Office 2013. All right, well, we're right at our half-hour mark here, and I think we've got through all the questions. So I encourage you, if you have any additional questions, to please feel free to call or email me. We'll be sending you the recording of this event. And please pass it along to anyone who you think can benefit from this material. We'll also be posting the recording on our website at www.pltechnology.com. So we hope you enjoyed the session today and look forward you to joining our future events. Our next Knology event will be a webinar, and it will be on increasing your expertise of Microsoft Word. So this type of webinar is great for really anybody in the office that uses Microsoft Word, and our goal is to just kind of raise the knowledge level a little bit of really anybody who uses Microsoft Word. Well, thank you for your time today, and enjoy the rest of your day.